Have you ever heard of a place where an entire village just vanishes? We're not talking about a ghost town abandoned over decades. We're talking about hundreds of people disappearing overnight without a single trace. Let's travel back to the late 1930s to Imo State in Nigeria and uncover the chilling mystery of Jemans. Imagine a small, bustling village nestled near the dense forests outside the city of Owerri. Jemans was known for its lively community. But one morning a terrifying silence fell over the land. Farmers in neighboring areas noticed something was deeply wrong. There was no smoke rising from the cooking fires, no sound of children playing, no sign of life at all. Cautiously, they decided to investigate. What they found was a scene frozen in time, and it's what makes this story so unsettling. Every hut was empty, yet it was as if the inhabitants had just stepped out for a moment. Food was found still warm on the hearths, clothes were left hanging out to dry, and livestock were still tied up, waiting to be tended. But the people, they were gone, all of them. There were no signs of a struggle, no footprints leading away from the village, and no bodies left behind. It was as if every man, woman, and child had simply evaporated into thin air. The colonial authorities and traders passing through were baffled. Their official records briefly mentioned the disappearance of the Jemans settlement, but they were quick to offer rational explanations. They suggested the villagers had simply migrated, or perhaps were casualties of an unrecorded conflict. But if they migrated, where did they go? No trace of the Jemansi people was ever found in any other part of Nigeria or beyond. They had vanished from history. Local elders, however, held a much darker theory, one rooted in ancient beliefs. They whispered that the villagers had brought this fate upon themselves by committing a grave offense. It was said they had broken a sacred taboo by cutting down trees from a hallowed grove deep within the forest, a place forbidden to mortals. The spirits of the forest, they believed, had been angered beyond reconciliation. On the night of the disappearance, people in nearby villages reported hearing strange, rhythmic drums beating from the heart of the forest. The drumming was soon followed by a wave of screams that echoed through the trees, before fading into an eerie, absolute silence. By the time the sun rose, Jemans was empty. The spiritualist's explanation is chilling. The village wasn't abandoned. It was taken, swallowed whole by the vengeful forest and pulled into the spirit realm as punishment. To this day, the land where Jemans once stood remains untouched. No one has dared to rebuild on that haunted ground, which locals now call Ala Ninwara Anwe, the land of the dead. Hunters who venture near the area share unnerving stories. They say that if you wander too deep into that part of the forest,